Good afternoon. I am Gift Olabi, and today I will be presenting an analysis of Edward Joseph Snowden, hero or traitor. First, we'll be talking about Snowden's early background and exposure of the NSA. Edward Joseph Snowden was born on June of 1983. He was a high school dropout. He studied at a community college and he attained a GED, but not a college degree. In 2005, he was employed as a security guard at the Center of Advanced Study of Language, a research facility associated with the NSA. In 2006, he was hired by the CIA for his computer skills. He later left the CIA for the NSA. There he worked as a private contractor for companies Dell and Booz Allen Hamilton. During this time, he began to gather information on suspicious NSA dealings and activities. On the screen, you'll now see a picture of Edward Joseph Snowden. Next, we'll be talking about his following actions. Attaining the help of the media. In spring of 2013, he told his NSA supervisor that he required a medical leave of absence, stating his recent diagnosis of epilepsy as the reason. He then left for Hong Kong. There, he gave journalist Glenn Greenwald documents he had amassed. He also orchestrated an undisclosed meeting with the journalist from The Guardian and filmmaker Laura Poitras. Following the release of the documents on June 5th, Snowden then came forward. He stated that he had no reason to hide, because he had done nothing wrong. In my personal opinion, I believe that Snowden is innocent. America is meant to be a democratic nation, for the people, by the people. We should have the opportunity to decide what we do. Snowden gave people a choice that the NSA didn't. The NSA took advantage of the fact that you cannot have an opinion about something you do not know about. We will now be talking about the contents of the files. The judge of Snowden can be found in these files. Among the documents was evidence that the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court implemented a court order requiring Verizon, the phone company, to present the NSA with info from its customers' phone activities. There was also evidence of PRISM, a data mining NSA program that gave the FBI access to servers of mass internet companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and Apple. This proves that America was essentially being spied upon by the NSA. The NSA is only meant to keep us safe from national computer hacks, network warfare, and enemy intelligence gathering efforts, not spy on its own people. The aftermath. Immediately, we see the US government respond to Snowden's disclosures legally. In 2013, June, Snowden is charged with the theft of government property, unauthorized communication of national defense info, and the willful communication of classified communications intelligence information to an unauthorized person. Snowden did not answer to these charges. He was still in hiding. He stayed in hiding until the American government annulled his passport. He was then stuck in a Russian airport for over a month. Russia was then asked by the US government to extradite Snowden back to the US. Russia denied the appeal. Final results. This includes an investigation into US surveillance and the violation of human rights to privacy and freedom of information. We also see a greater increase in government transparency. There were formal complaints filed against the US and the UK governments for breaches in privacy laws. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Facebook filed lawsuits against the government and petitions to divulge more information about their submission in national security requests. Lastly, this resulted in an informed public debate. Citizens of America are now able to make new educated choices about the cyber world and the business they choose to conduct by phone. A quote from Snowden is, "I am willing to sacrifice my former life because I can't in good conscience allow the US government to destroy privacy, internet freedom, and basic liberties for people around the world with this massive surveillance machine they're secretly building." On screen, we also see the picture of the NSA's seal. Lastly, to the future and last words. This trend of investigations, transparency measures, legislative reform, complaints, and public awareness should continue, and America should be greater because of it. Snowden was granted a 3-year residence in Russia. He currently resides at an undisclosed location. In my personal opinion, I believe Snowden can now rest easy knowing he stood by the American people. Perhaps in the future, the US government will recognize the honor in Snowden's actions and he can return to the life he left behind in America. Lastly, the question of hero or traitor has a seemingly simple answer. Snowden may be forever seen as a traitor to the American government, but he will always be seen as a hero to our country's citizens.